Hi, this is Kate, and today I'm going to be making some Himmeli, which are traditional Finnish Christmas decorations that are usually made of straw. Look a little bit like this. Now, the tradition of making mobiles out of straw is common in Scandinavia and actually stretches all the way across Europe, right into Eastern Europe. Traditionally, Himmeli are made from straw, such as rye, and they're built up geometric shapes. You start with a couple of small shapes that look a bit like this, and they're built up bigger and bigger and bigger to make huge structures. In fact, the word Himmeli itself comes from the Germanic root, and in German and in Swedish, Himmeli actually means heaven. Traditionally, these were created at Christmas time and hung over the dining table. The bigger and more impressive your Himmeli mobile was, so the belief went, the better that your harvest would be, and they'd stay over the Christmas table right up into midsummer. Now today, I love Himmeli because I love the simple geometric lines of them. I think they look beautiful in almost any modern space. They're also great as structures to hang things like cut flowers or air plants, or if you build them right, even candles. They're really, really beautiful to hang in your home. Now, although the purists are definitely going to balk, today I'm going to be building a very basic 8-sided structure and using brass tubing. I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. So for this make, I chose to use brass tubing. I got my brass tubing from a model supply shop. They come in 30 centimetre long pieces, which I then cut down to equal, I think they're about 4 centimetres maybe, or 3 centimetres each piece. And it doesn't really matter how long they are as long as they're all of equal length. And you need 12 of them. So I cut my pieces of tubing using an angle grinder actually. Some of them I use my Dremel. You could also use a jigsaw, it'll just take a bit longer. Here I'm using like a jewellery tool. Actually it's for widening beads. And it's a really great tool for making sure the edges are nice and neat and the hole is nice and clean. Here I'm using copper wire, although I'm sure any wire would do. Now you can just do one strand, but when we come to how we make it later, you do need to kind of pull on it a bit to make the loops, and I find that if you use just one strand, it tends to snap. So instead what I'm doing here is I've measured out 3 equal pieces of wire. To help gauge the length of your wire, you just need to, that's what I was doing there, measure out 12 times the length of one of your bars, and then add 2 or 3 bars length for good measure. Here I'm twisting the 3 wires together, as I said, to make kind of something stronger and more pliable and easier to work with when you're threading on the tubes. So now I'm ready to go. Start by threading on three of my bars. Then you don't really need to tie a knot, and maybe the first one is a good idea. Add on 2 more in a kind of another triangle shape, so you end up with a diamond. Loop it each time. Try and keep those loops as neat as possible. It gives a nice result at the end. So I'm threading on 2 more, just building it up as you go. Now this is just a simple 12-sided, or 8-sided actually. It's made with 12 pieces, but it's 8-sided. Keep adding 2 on. And so when you have 3 pieces left, you can see there, you're going to add them on one by one. So I'm going to thread it on where my wire is. I'm just using some jewellery tools there to neaten those loops. So I'm adding on 1, and then I pull it to the opposite top end, and that's when you start getting this 3D shape. And every time you add a piece, you just loop. And for the last 3, as I said, you add them on one by one. You can see that the shape is really nearly coming together now. And then you just need to add the last one. When I've added that last one, I'm going to make a loop with the tail that I made at the start. Twist it around to make your loop, and then thread the loose end back down into the tube just to neaten the whole thing up. And your Himmeli is ready to go. So you can put air plants in it. Like I said, cut flowers. At Christmas you can put in berries, anything like that. And yeah, it looks really good. And so there you have it, my very first maker YouTube video. I do hope you liked it, and much more importantly, I hope you've been inspired to try and have a go making your very own Himmeli. Now, I plan to make a lot more making videos, trying out loads of crafts and using up my massive stockpile of crafting materials. So if you'd like to see some more of these and get more maker inspiration, then please subscribe to my channel and particularly like this video. If you have any suggestions for other crafts, other makes you'd like to see me try out, then leave it in the comments below. See you soon.